Okay, so we all know that Taylor Swift creates the best bridges basically in the history of music. I don't know what it is about her bridges, but she is just a master at putting them together. Civil engineers around the world are just like fearing for their jobs because no one crafts a bridge like Taylor Swift. A few years ago when I worked at BuzzFeed, I wrote a ranking of every single Taylor Swift bridge. It took me forever, but it was, you know, a real passion project. It was important. It's really hot, hang on. Okay, that's better and a lot more appropriate. But this ranking was done just after the Rep tour. It was before Lover came out. It was before Folklore was even thought about. So I think it's time to update it. Just in case you are unfamiliar, the bridge is typically in the song, it goes verse, chorus, verse 2, chorus, bridge, chorus. So the bridge kind of bridges the two choruses. So there is a lot of contention because something like Death by a Thousand Cuts, everybody loves that bridge because it's the best bridge. Spoilers. Or maybe not. It's not technically a bridge. It's technically the second verse because the song starts with a chorus, but then Taylor Swift called it a bridge. So it's kind of like, what do we define as a bridge? But I don't know. I'm not a music journalist. I'm not here to define what is and what isn't a bridge. I'm not going to go through and rank every single bridge of every single song because that's like 150 songs and you don't want to listen to me talk for like 5 hours. So I'm going to rank the top 20 bridges that she's ever done. So it is pretty different to this original list that I actually wrote. There are actually a couple of Lover tracks and a couple of Folklore tracks that have crept into the top 10. Don't hate me, just remember that this is my opinion and it's subjective, but I think I'm correct and I use my great scientific brain to figure all of this out. So let's get started. I'm actually not going to play any of the songs because I don't want to get copyright striked and have this taken down after spending hours working on it. I could sing for you if you want, but I think it might be best if you just remember what the song sounds like. Number 20 is Mirrorball from Folklore. It really snuck its way into the top 20. It almost didn't make it. Mirrorball was actually 21 and Daylight was 20. And then I really thought about it and I love Daylight and I love the bridge and I love the reference to red, but Mirrorball, that bridge is a masterpiece because, so the lyrics are like, I'm gonna look them up because I don't want to get this wrong. We've only had the album for less than a month, so give me a sec. They called off the circus, burned the disco down when they sent home the horses and the rodeo clowns. And at first I was like, okay, whatever. And then I read a thing on Twitter about how this is like all her different eras. The Red tour is a circus, the disco is a 1989 tour, the horses is like Fearless tour. So it's saying that sort of like she's cycled through all these eras because of the pressure of the music industry to consistently reinvent herself and stay relevant, and it really relates to that thing she said in Miss Americana about how like women have to keep reinventing themselves. It's definitely a lot more like slow down and chill than the rest of the songs that I love, especially when it comes to bridges, because I think bridges gotta have that like boom boom boom, like really high energy, brings you back into the song when you're kind of like at that 2.5 minute mark when you're sort of like, okay, what's next? I'm getting bored. Maybe that's just me. Okay, number 19 is Gay Anthem Wonderland. Don't at me in the comments about that. I love this bridge. Not even just because of the lyrics and the whole lyricism of the whole thing, but the bridge really, I don't know, when you listen to it, it kind of just feels like a loop, like a spiraling downwards. Again, I don't have the correct terminology to talk about this, but when you listen in the background, it's like do 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 do, kind of like they're falling down the rabbit hole. It's perfect. I love it. Move on. Number 18, another gay anthem, Betty. Again, do not at me in the comments. Obsessed with the bridge of Betty. Obsessed with all of Betty, honestly, but the bridge is so good, especially when you hear about that line that says, she said, James, get in, let's drive. And it's at 2 minutes and 47 seconds, which is the exact same time in August when it's like, remember when I pulled up and said, get in the car, which is really just a mind fuck. Taylor Swift, what are you doing to our brains? I love that so much. Like really ties together the love triangle when James, sneaking piece of shit, gets into the car with August or whatever her name is. I was just thinking of you when she pulled up like a figment of my worst intentions. What a good line, rather than just being like, oh, I'm a dickhead and I was gonna cheat on you. To say that, like, oh, it's so good. Taylor Swift, the lyricist. Anyway, next. Okay, number 17 is Treacherous, which I think is one of the more underrated songs on Red. Everybody froths over All Too Well, but Treacherous is such a good song. It is so beautiful. The lyrics are just so delicate and she really manages to like captured that feeling so perfectly. So again, this bridge isn't really that much about the lyrics for me, it's the way it sounds. It's the part of the song that's like, nothing safe is worth the drive and I will follow you home. It's just like so goosebumpy, you know what I mean? It's just really stripped back. It like really lets the lyrics shine. It kind of slows down the song before you get into like the swellingness of the end chorus. And I, for one, am just so glad that she did it on the rep tour, so we got to hear it with her like current vocals. 16, Sparks Fly. Oh, I love this song so much. It's so cute. It's just such a cute teenager song. I love the line, I'm captivated by you like a fireworks show. The way that like the whole song kind of is like really, really upbeat, and then the bridge is like, won't you whisper soft and slow, and it kind of goes soft and slow. It's a classic Taylor Swift bridge, let's just say that. And she nails it. 15, please don't hate me that this isn't any higher, but at least it's in the top 20, Out of the Woods. Honestly, I didn't really even like Out of the Woods that much until I kind of like realized how good the bridge was. I think her doing it on the 1989 tour really helped out with that. It's just, again, a real classic Taylor Swift, monsters turned out to be just trees. Whimsical yet grounded in reality sort of vibe. And it's also got the beat. It's great. It's perfection. Again, can you tell that I'm not a music journalist because I do not have the correct vocabulary to talk about all of these things? But you know what I mean. I'm a Swiftie, I can talk about the feelings. And number 14, haha, again, don't get mad at me, Shake It Off. People hate on this bridge a lot because it's her talking, and it is kind of cringy, don't get me wrong, but the fact that everybody in the world knows the lyrics to this song, especially this bridge. To the fella over there with the hella good hair, won't you come on over baby, we can shake, shake, shake. And then that high note. It's also like a wedding song. If you put this song on at a wedding, every single person from the age of like 5 to 105 will get out on the dance floor. It's like a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Everyone knows the words. The bridge is so much fun. Yes, it's cringy, but this is Taylor Swift. She loves a cringy lead single. You can't spell awesome without me. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, number 13, lucky number 13, You Belong With Me. Oh my God, this actually should be higher, but she has so many powerful bridges that I can't justifiably put this any higher. So yeah, it's amazing. I mean, obviously, because she wouldn't have like put it in the rep tour if the bridge wasn't this amazing. It's a classic, obviously. It takes us back to the good old like country pop vibes. You put it on, you jump up and down, you scream out the words, it puts you in such a good mood. Just like, I know your favorite songs and you tell me about your dreams. I said I wouldn't sing, but like whatever, I love it so much. Also, if you want proof that this is an amazing song, Delta Goodrum covered it on her Instagram live, and she has such a good voice and it's truly incredible. I don't think she'll copyright strike me, so I'm like, all this time, how could you not know, baby? You belong with me. You belong with me. Number 12, you knew it was going to be in here, Getaway Car. Oh my gosh, what a song, what a bridge. Oh, seeing Taylor Swift write it with Jack Antonoff, there's that video of them writing it, and it took her like 10 seconds to come up with this incredible bridge. Like, the way her mind works is truly insane. Like, put the money in a bag and I stole the keys, that was the last time you ever saw me. But also the production on this song, you've got like the sirens in the background, you've got like the drum beats, and then it's also the lyrics that kind of bring the story to a head about her leaving Calvin. See you later, piece of shit. It's perfection. It really should be a top 10 bridge, but she has so many other good ones that it doesn't make it into it. Number 11, we have Dress, which I don't know, I feel like we don't really talk about the bridge of this song very often, but I think it's so good. I love like flashback to my earthquakes, my rebounds, my mistakes. Like the way that those all rhyme is so good, and the way that sort of like the music gets really stripped back for a minute while the bridge is going. And then there's also the like ha 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 sex noises going on. It's so good. And I think the way that she performed it on the rep tour, like with like the counting and that like weird dress thingy behind her, and the way that the whole stadium like cut out in that little pause, so good. Really just cements it as a top tier bridge for me, honestly. Although maybe Getaway Car should have been better than Dress. Oh well, too late, not taking it back. Okay, 10, Wildest Dreams, pop perfection. I love her so much and I'll never stop loving her. Someday when you leave me, I'll bet these memories follow you around. For me, it's like the echoing vocals that sort of really are just like the memories that go round and round in your head. The vocals are going around and around as well. It really, she's just got such a way of making music that sounds like what she's saying, if you know what I mean. Kind of like the same with Wonderland. She really knows how to make the music match the words rather than just sort of pair well with the words. She really makes them reflect each other. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. And I think Wildest Dreams is truly one of the best examples of that. Plus you've got her heartbeat going on in the background. The level of production from 1999 onwards is just incredible. It blows all of her previous albums out of the water. No offense, I know that everyone loves Red, but when you compare the production of her newer albums to Red, it's like, huh, what? Anyway, that's a completely different topic and we're moving on because I do not want to get hate mail. Sorry, Red. Okay, 9, we've got Call It What You Want. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty and I kind of forget about her because Reputation is so upbeat and like, fuck you. But then you get to Call It What You Want and it's really like, oh my God, soft eyes emoji. It's really beautiful. So of course the bridge is I want to wear his initial on a chain around my neck, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I recalled late November holding my breath slowly. I said, you don't need to save me, but would you run away with me? Yes. Oh, I love this bridge so much. Again, storytelling, but it's so soft and pretty. And also I think I love it because it was really the first insight that we got into Taylor and Joe as a relationship, because before this we were just like, who is this blonde dude? I mean, we're still kind of like, who is this blonde dude? But this really was the first time that we knew anything about him. So I think that really is kind of like why I love it. I just think it's such a good love song. It kind of just shows love as a simple thing that's like, okay, like we're in love, but it's not like a big flashy pop ballad about it. I don't know. I looked up what I wrote in this article to be like, oh, did I write anything about why this bridge is so good? And this is what I wrote. Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before. Which is true. Okay, next up we have Love Story. I am never gonna stop talking about how much I love Love Story. I am such a local because like my favorite songs are like Love Story, Shake It Off, Blank Space, Me, whatever. I don't care. I am accepting it and I am acknowledging it, and Love Story is probably one of Taylor's best songs, especially considering she wrote it in high school. Shakespeare is really like, oh my God, I kind of missed the ball here. I should have written that. I don't know why I bothered with all those plays. Obviously the bridge is kind of like where the whole story of Romeo and Juliet comes to a head. I got tired of waiting, wondering if you were ever coming around, and that bit's kind of like slow and whatever, and it's got like those pianos, violins in the background, kind of like do 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 do, and it's like waving. That sounded like Mamma Mia. I'm not very good at singing, but it's like do 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 do, whatever, you know what I mean. And then it like gets into the like, Romeo save me, I've been feeling so alone. Oh my God, like knelt to the ground and pulled out a ring and said, marry me Juliet, you'll never have to be alone. It's so good. And the fact that the TikTok teens are now appreciating how good this song is just goes to show that it is one of the best bridges that she's ever written. Oh my God, I love it so much. I need like a 5-minute breather to just like think about how much I love this song. Okay, number 7, we're getting into the pointy end. All Too Well. I had to put it in here. I don't love All Too Well as much as everybody else does. I think it's a little bit overrated. Not overrated in the sense that it's not good. It is incredible. It is phenomenal. It is such a good song, but the fact that people talk about it so much and harp on about it so much, when I think Sad, Beautiful, Tragic and Treacherous on that album are just as good, and I think Last Kiss and Dear John are better. Anyway. Okay, I'm just editing this video and I need to make a formal apology for saying that All Too Well was overrated. I just listened to it and now I'm like really in my feelings, and it is such a good song and there's nothing better than it. And this sounds like a hostage video, but I promise you, I'm sorry, All Too Well is so good. Thank you, bye. It is a magnetic force of a song. It really just like comes and it slaps you in the face. It rises and it falls and it has so much going on, and it just like takes you on such an emotional journey. And the bridge is a core aspect of that song, obviously. That's where we've got like the crumpled up piece of paper, you call me up again just to break me like a promise. Just, you know, the lyrics obviously are some of her best. We all know that it's really good. I don't need to spend too much time talking about this, but we can all acknowledge that All Too Well is a great bridge. Obviously not the best though, so coming in at number 6, we have Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. This bridge is definitely better than All Too Well. I'm sorry about it, but like distance, timing, breakdown, fighting, silence, the train runs off its tracks, kiss me, try to fix it, could you just try to listen? Oh my god, the way she says, could you just try to listen? Like she's so frustrated. She's like, could you just try to listen? You can hear it in her voice. It's so good. Just the way that it all kind of like rhymes, all the words come together. It's kind of simple in a way, but it's not simple at all. It's like a puzzle and all of the pieces fit together perfectly. It just works so well with this track, and it just makes me like ache. I'm not even sad. It's just such a beautiful, sad song. I'm like, oh my god. Oh, you know what it is? It's sad, it's beautiful, and it's tragic. That's it. Okay, number 5, we have one of the songs that really just kills me every time I listen to it, and that's Dear John. I can't even get into how angry I am at John Mayer, but I will get over it because of how good this song is. The bridge, shining like fireworks over your sad, empty town. Bitch, she really just came to fuck us up with that. It's so good, and the way that she did it on the Speak Now tour with the actual fireworks, it's such a good, like, you ruined me, you fucked me up, you're a piece of shit, but you know what, I'm better than you and I'm gonna move on. Again, classic Taylor Swift. It's really masterful. It really is. Like, I think I've said that before, but it's just, I think I'm running out of adjectives, but it's masterful. It's so good. It's pure Taylor Swift. You know what, Speak Now has some incredible songs on it, and it's like, how did she write that all herself? And it was like so long ago. It was like 10 years ago that she wrote these, and they're still just as good, if not better, than some of the songs on Folklore. All right, number 4, we're staying with Speak Now. Last Kiss. I remember I went through a breakup a few years ago and all I listened to was Last Kiss. I just like put it on repeat and just sat on my floor. Truly, the line, I watch your life in pictures like I used to watch you sleep. I watch you forget me like I used to watch you breathe. Like, what the fuck? The audacity of her to write those lyrics and then just like put them out into the world like it's nothing. It's just, it gets me every time. It's so beautiful. It is such a lyrical way to say, like, I miss you. I watch your life in pictures like I used to watch you sleep. I just can't. How does her brain do these things? I just love it. I think it's such a beautiful bridge. Honestly, the lyrics in Last Kiss outsold All Too Well. Don't hate me. Okay, number 3, and we have a newcomer. We have August. Honestly, maybe in a year come back to me and I will have slipped August a little bit lower down my ranking, but right now I'm obsessed with her. I cannot stop listening to the bridge of this song. The way she sings Meet Me Behind the Mall, it's so good. I just want to scream it. Like, I put it on and I'm like, remember when I pulled up and said get in the car and I canceled my plans just in case you call. Like, it's so good. Cancel my plans just in case you call. What a line. Ouch. I just want to put it on and scream every single time I hear it. And then she, you know what she says? She says, this bridge is so good, I'm going to sing it again as an outro. I think this is one of her more poppy songs on the album, and you can really hear it in this bridge. This bridge definitely makes August one of the best songs on Folklore. It's just so good. Again, come back to me. I might change my mind once the like shine of it wears off a little bit, but I don't know. It's pretty good. Is it as good as Last Kiss though? I might be wrong. Whatever. It's my ranking. I can say whatever the hell I want. Which means that me is number 1. No, I'm just kidding. I would truly rather die than say that out loud because I would be murdered. I do like me, but not that much. Anyway, we are heading in to the top 2. You're probably thinking like, oh, I know what the top 2 are going to be because it's the 2 songs with the 2 best bridges, but like, you might be wrong. Number 2 is King of My Heart. King of My Heart really got paid a lot of dust, especially like when everyone listened to Rep for the first time. They loved all the other songs and no one paid attention to how good King of My Heart is, especially live and especially the bridge. The way she's like up on the roof with a schoolgirl, crush, drinking beer out of plastic cups. Such a a good bridge. Oh, I can't stop thinking about it. Every time it comes on, I'm like, I need to get up and like expel all my energy to this bridge because it's so good. And the drums and just like the production and everything. I truly adore this song. Okay, number one. This is hard. This is really hard because we have a tie. And the tie is because Death by a Thousand Cuts isn't technically the bridge. However, Taylor said it was the bridge. So it is the bridge, but technically it's not the bridge. So I was like, well, I've got to put it in, but then it also, what if it takes out the spot of something just as deserving? So then I was like, well, we're gonna have to tie it for number one with something else, which means that it's tied for number one with Cruel Summer. You can't go past the incredible bridge that is Cruel Summer, but you also can't go past the incredible whatever it is that is Death by a Thousand Cuts. They're both amazing. First, let's talk about Death by a Thousand Cuts. It's long. It's like a long bridge because it's not a bridge, but we're calling it a bridge because Taylor says it's a bridge and we do what she says, I guess. Me spending $100 on a jumper when I'm like, I don't even need this. Me doing what she says. Anyway, what was I saying? Death by a Thousand Cuts. Oh, my heart, my hips, my body, my love, trying to find a part of me that you didn't touch, gave up on me like I was a bad drug. Now I'm searching for signs in a haunted club. I'm not going to go on because you know how it goes. All I gotta say is that her Tiny Desk version of this song, truly powerful. Why don't we get that audio, somehow distill it into a liquid, and then test and see if that is a vaccine for COVID, because I think it could be. So Death by a Thousand Cuts, we know it's good. We know it's an incredible, incredible bridge. Truly, it's like sonically perfect. She references wine and she's like, the worst thing you could do to me is like steal my wine, which is like mood. It's the lyrics, the production, just everything is spot on. And then we have Cruel Summer, which a few people have pointed out that the bridge of Getaway Car, Cruel Summer and August really are quite similar. So they really go together very well. And it's no coincidence that all three of those are in the top 10, 11, 12, whatever Getaway Car was. Honestly, I didn't really like Cruel Summer as much as everybody else until I really just started listening to the bridge on repeat. And now I like at least once a day, I'm like, I need to just get a hit of that bridge into my veins. Obviously the bridge is, I'm drunk in the back of the car and I cried like a baby coming home from the bar. But I'm fine, but it wasn't true. I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you. And again, it's one that she sings and then she's like, actually that was really good, I'm gonna sing it again. So we get it twice. And it's such a good scream song as well. Like it comes on when you've had a few glasses of rosé and you're like, I'm drunk in the back of the car. I just had a thought. Imagine at Loverfest, RIP, maybe still happening, how good it's gonna be to sing that with 80,000 people in a stadium. It's gonna go off. And then it's like the whole, he looks up grinning like a devil, it's you. Okay, that brings me to the end of ranking all the bridges. Well, ranking 20 bridges. I do have the rest of them ranked. It's just like, who wants to hear me talking about that? I mean, maybe you do. If you do, let me know. I could always do another video, or I can rank other things. I don't know, Taylor's gayest songs, or like Taylor's best country bullshit. I don't know. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It really is just me talking shit, which is what I do inside my head, so it's nice to sort of get it out, you know? Thank you so much for watching. I would actually really appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up on this video because it supports me and it gets my video out to more people, and I would quite like that. I don't really know how it works, but if you could like it, I'd really appreciate it. So if you have any issues with anything I've said, my email is jemima@fake.com. Just email me through anything there. See you next time, I guess. If you like travel, subscribe because I do a lot of travel content. If you don't like travel, subscribe anyway because I like to get subscribers. Okay, thanks. Bye.